Hey guys!
What's up?
Hey, Skis here with Boss Man. Sorry how this video is a little late. So tonight we'll be talking about UFC 139. Great night of fights, especially the main event.
One of the best cards of all time, if not the best. Great, even from the Facebook fights all the way to the main event. It was just every fight was phenomenal.
Well, we're gonna be starting off the night right now with Nick Pace versus Miguel Torres. Nick Pace didn't make weight.
Oh my gosh, dude came in 6 pounds overweight. Are you serious?
He was a featherweight.
Dude, yeah, dude was closer to being a featherweight than he was a bantamweight. Pathetic, really unprofessional, and I think this. I don't think Pace has ever made weight since he's been in the UFC, right?
I think he made weight when he fought Ivan Menjivar.
He did make weight.
Yeah.
Menjivar's the one that missed weight. Anyway, like, come on, dude, you gotta be professional about this. But anyway, it was a great fight. Not great, but it was entertaining. Torres was just better than Pace at all facets of MMA. Yeah. He outboxed him. When Pace tried to take him down, Torres swept his ass with a pretty sweet Kimura.
Yeah, and stood right back up. Yeah,
anyway, great fight. I'm glad to see Torres get the win after he was robbed
by Demetrius.
God, man. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a good fight. Good for Torres. Glad to see him back on a winning streak. I don't know who he's going to fight next, but he should be win or two away from a title shot.
Yeah. Next fight is Alex Soto versus Michael McDonald.
And Michael McDonald has now officially arrived, I'd say, to the mainstream fan. Or not mainstream, but, you know.
Just dominated that little boy. And it was pretty much just to showcase McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald is a legit top 10 bantamweight in the UFC.
He's only 19.
No, he's 20.
He's 20?
Yeah, he's 20.
Wow.
Yeah, kid's a beast. Glad to see him get a knockout. He won knockout of the night. I don't know. Who do you think he should probably take on next?
Not Torres.
Not Torres. Torres way too much.
Benavidez.
Not even Brown. Not even Benavidez. Really?
Benavidez
is probably arguably the second best bantamweight in the world.
Well.
Anyway, good for McDonald. Yeah, he looked good.
And the next fight, Ryan Bader versus Jason Rose. Another dominant performance on the fight prelims.
Ryan Bader finally got a win after losing 2.
By guillotine.
He took on someone who has good submissions in Jason Brills. I was kind of worried for Ryan there a little bit, but he completely just dominated.
The thing about the fight between him and Brills, it
looked like Brills quit.
Yeah, he barely got tapped, like kind of skinned, like when Kane got hit by Dos Santos, it's like that.
Well, Dos Santos' fist is like that big.
Yeah, but he could have stood up, he could have rolled over. Really, he just.
But who are we to say? We don't really know how hard the punch hurt him, but
unless we actually get punched by Ryan
I don't want to get punched by Ryan Bader.
I don't either.
No, I don't even want to get punched by like Ian McCall.
Yeah. Again, Miggy.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he won. Good for him. Now he's set up to fight Rampage in Japan. Oh man, that Japan card is sick.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that in February.
Yeah. Next fight is Kyle Kingsbury, the hometown kid, taking on the veteran Stephan Bonner.
American Psycho looked amazing. Put on a clinic.
But
just completely outclassed Kingsbury and everything. Kingsbury's thing is boxing. He's a really good boxer, and he just got flat out destroyed on the feet.
And the thing is, it wasn't the most entertaining fight, but Bonner did look fantastic.
You know what?
He looked good.
I disagree. The fight was actually very entertaining. Other than the third round it wasn't that it was boring. It was just not as exciting as the first 2 rounds. And when you compare it to the rest of the fights that were on the main card, then yeah, I guess you can say it was boring, but it wasn't really boring. Good for Bonner. He won. And I really want to see him take a decent step up in competition now. I think he can do it.
Maybe part 3 with Szorzynski. Szorzynski's on a little tear.
I just said a step up in competition.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I don't know if you
just
think
say
it. Anyway, the next fight was Martin Kampmann versus Rick, the Horror Story.
My pick lost by a close unanimous decision.
That was not close at all. Kampmann he was clearly the better striker. He was better than Story and everything. Story tried to get him down, he couldn't. Story really wanted to turn it into a brawl, but he just couldn't. Kampmann's striking he's very accurate with his striking. The only time he ever does struggle is when his back is against.
Which is what Rick did for a little bit, but Kampmann did get out.
Yeah, Kampmann was able to figure it out, and he just picked him apart with superior striking.
Yeah.
Good to see Kampmann get a win after he was robbed in his past 2 fights.
He was almost robbed in this one. It was a split decision because this judge.
The judge actually
misscored it.
Yeah, they actually misread the score. It was supposed to be a 29-28 across the board for Catman ruling a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, good for him. He got a win. He's now taking on Thiago Alves at the UFC on FX Fight Night 2. Should be a good fight. There, we're gonna do that card when it gets there. I don't even know when it is.
Next fight, bantamweight fight. Uriah Faber versus Brian Bowles. What a dominant performance by Uriah Faber.
Uriah looked good. That was probably his best showing at bantamweight ever. Better than when he fought Mizugaki. Better than when he fought Eddie Wineland, and of course better than when he fought Cruz. He didn't look bad against Cruz. Anyway.
Yeah, it was a good fight. He finished the fight with the, as I like to say, the alpha team.
The alpha team is now what it's deemed.
Yes.
Remember that, the alpha team. Any alpha male guy wins by guillotine, it's the alpha team. Yeah, he set it up with a very good uppercut.
Yeah.
Rocked Bowles, and Bowles couldn't recover. He flew right into the guillotine. Not flew, but yeah.
He shot in.
Yeah, he fell right into the guillotine
and just tapped.
Yeah, tapped out. Now we got part 2 between this. Or I mean, not part 2. Part 3. Part 2 in the UFC. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. But I'm good. Like you know us, we're gonna go for Uriah.
Gotta go with the Cali kid.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I don't got anything against the Cruz. You're growing on me, but gotta go with the.
And then
more favorable
favorite.
There's a hierarchy.
And then our favorite fight of the evening, co-main event: Kung Lee versus Vandy Silva.
Oh man, I'm so happy the Axe Murderer won. I almost busted out in tears at the Buffalo Wild Wings. You have no idea how happy I was.
It was a good fight.
That was a sick fight.
But the first round, you can argue that Kung Lee may have won.
Kung Lee definitely won. He rocked Vanderlei with the spinning back fist.
Yeah, I was literally about to hit the floor like, oh no.
Oh man.
But he came back.
He came back.
Pride Vandy
Vintage
came back. Pride Vandy.
That was Pride Vandy at his
You just
best.
made him tweak his nose.
Blasted him with tons of knees. Man, I'm so happy for Vanderlei.
And also, different note, Joe Rogan, please shut up. That was not a bad stoppage.
Yeah, that was not a bad stoppage. If anything, it was stopped too late. Like, Lee was taking an insane amount of damage there.
Yeah.
Moving on to the... That was a great fight.
Yeah. Go Vanderlei.
Moving on to the main event, we have probably... What do you think?
The fight of the year.
The fight of the year, hands down. Better than Edgar Maynard 2. Better than Edgar Maynard 3. Better than that shit that was on Bellator later that night.
Eddie Alvarez versus Michael Chandler. Really?
I mean, it was a good fight. That was a good fight, but it was nothing compared to this.
But we're not even going to get into that.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Michael. Good for you. Anyway, holy crap. How did Shogun take all those H-bombs?
I literally was like
shocked. That first one would have floored anybody.
It floored Fedor, and I was on the ground.
Yeah. Anyway, Shogun, I mean, Hendo definitely won the first 3 rounds, hands down. The third round, I really thought it was over. He blasted Shogun with what looked like the exact same punch he freaking took Michael Bisping's soul with.
Yeah. And
like, Shogun had already been dropped so many times, so we're sitting there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This is my pick, you know, with like, whatever, Hendo wins, then we tie. Oh, by the way, he changed his pick to Hendo if you're keeping track. I don't know if you are. So there will be no bet done.
I'm sorry. It's just, it was unfair for me to go for Shogun, even though I was
he went for the win, essentially. He thought Shogun would win. That's what he said in the video. But later he went with what his gut told him, and it was Hendo. And it turned out to be right, so we tied.
Yeah,
anyway, a little bitch move, but hey.
Saves me some hair.
Saves you some hair. The other leg.
Alright, sorry.
Anyway, he blasts Shogun with that fucking punch in the third round, and
I'm sitting there like, yes, it's over.
As soon as
it's over.
And it didn't end quick, and I was like,
Shogun's rolling over.
No way, he's gonna get up. Yeah. He's gonna get up. And not only did he get up from that, he got up, pushed Hendo against the cage, and blasted him in the face a couple times. I couldn't believe it. God, great fight. And then fourth round, Hendo was gassed.
But you know,
they were both gassed, really.
Yeah, the combination that Shogun landed set Hendo running, then Hendo again blasted Shogun with it. Didn't even move.
No, in the fourth round, it really looked like Hendo hurt his hand, and it was noticeable. He wasn't throwing that right hand as much, and it turns out I think he fractured his thumb or something.
Yeah.
His hand was messed up by the end of the fight.
The fifth round was a 10-8 round, I believe.
I believe it was a 10-8 round. That was dominance in Shogun's part. He mounted Henderson 3 or 4 times, I think, and he blasted him in the face. Hendo had no answer for it. And judges didn't rule it a 10-8, so Hendo won 48-47.
Yeah, across the board.
Should have been a draw, but that's the way it goes sometimes, man. Can't leave it in the hands of judges. I really figured Shogun would have ended it. He really maybe he should have went for an armbar or something.
Yeah. Well, so that kind of puts Hendo on the talk of a title contender.
Definitely, he was a Strikeforce champ. I really think he should jump over Rashad, or at least you pair him up. I think he is probably going to jump over Rashad.
Which I think I give Hendo a better shot than Machida is going to be giving him.
Well, we'll get into that when we get to our 140 video. But anyway, it was a great night of fights. My pick in Shogun did lose, but that was one of the greatest fights of all.
I'm glad that we witnessed it at least.
Yeah, great fight.
Thank you, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Thank you.
So that concludes our video for here today. Don't forget, we're going to be doing a video on the Ultimate Fighter finale.
That should be up very soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right. Peace. Enjoy the fight this Saturday. Ultimate finale, Miller versus Bisping.
Mayhem! Mayhem!